Gotta talk fast. Gotta talk fast. Gotta talk faster, faster, faster. Gotta talk fast.
Welcome to an oral review of Archie Comics Sonic the Hedgehog, reminding you to check your posture. Imagine there's a string coming out from the top of your head, pulling upward like a hanging Christmas tree ornament. Fix your posture now before it breaks you when you're older. I'm Nick, and except for this intro, I wrote the script.
And I'm Dominic, and except for this intro, I haven't read any of today's script. So yeah, literally, you can just do it, just like take this and just lift. So for our audio listeners, I'm taking my hand, like holding it over my head, like I have the palm of my hand over my head, and then I just close the palm and then lift. Again, imaginary string. There's no actual string, but I'm just lifting my head, and I'm like hanging. I'm even like doing a little you don't have to do the sway, but like I'm swaying like a Christmas ornament, swinging around the branch. And for me, and for many people that I've told, that really helps. Like something in them just like straightens out. And it's
I'm super jealous of Mike F. When he was younger, he had a really bad hunch, and that is because he had, I think it was like scoliosis or something, like a mild form of it.
Yeah.
And so he got a metal spine put in his back. So he has perfect posture 24/7.
Wow. That's wow.
I assume impressive. He doesn't care that I put that information out in the world.
Another way is to roll your shoulders backwards. So roll them backwards, and that can help.
Oh, okay. Is there
different
like a
tactics.
device that I can get where I can just do this all the time?
I've heard about those devices. I think it's slight quackery. I really think it is. There are a lot of chiropractic specialists, medical specialists on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I'm not talking chiropractors. Yeah, they are trash.
Sure. But like doctors and stuff. And they all say like, yeah, you can get that stuff. And it's like, maybe it'll help. But really, it's you're also like, because it's not like a custom device, right? It's a one size fits all kind of thing, or like one size fits most.
Sure, that makes sense.
So it's like you could potentially make things worse by doing that. So the goal is to, where you can.
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know if my posture is right, but I feel like it hurts, and I feel like that can't be good. So I should look into this before I hunch over a little too much. Yeah,
and I think but that could just be the fact that it's been so bad for so long that doing it correctly. Again, talk to a doc. The key here is talk to a doctor. Your PCP.
We support the use of PCP on this podcast. I recently, to go real quick tangent before we start talking about Sonic the Hedgehog, which is the reason why we're all here. I'm in, where am I right now, Dominic? I am in Massachusetts. I am right outside of Boston. And
wow.
What?
Because you told me you were in New York.
I was in New York this morning.
Right. Yeah.
Geneva, New York, for those curious. Top of the Finger Lakes. And I was hungry. I got here. I needed to quickly eat something before we did this podcast. And there's a place down the street that had a lot of good reviews. So I went there. And I was like, I was, those moods where you're like, I just need to eat something.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't care what it is. I just need food. And so I asked the guy there, he's like, what's the best thing you got? He's like, roast beef. And I was like, this is going to come off as pretentious. And I didn't mean it to be, but I was just like, I'm from Chicago. I feel like whatever roast beef you have for me, I'm not going to like. And he's like, and I was like, so what else would you got? And he was like, nah, no one does roast beef like us. And I was like, okay, you threw the gauntlet down. I need to try it. And like, roast beef is obviously different than Italian beef. So like, it is a different category, but like, I feel like even roast beef, it's like, mwah. We do things very well.
What is this? Because I have it on the screen now. There's like a red, it looks like gelatin or like some kind of strawberry jam, but it's not.
No, it's not.
It's sorry, for our audio listeners, it is a It looks like a burger, but instead of a patty, it is just roast beef, all like, torn up in
It's like
and just
2 inches, legit 2 inches of roast beef sliced onto an onion bun with a single slice of Swiss cheese. And then I specifically asked him because I was like, I think this isn't what it's supposed to be, but the taste, I liken it to I feel like I've gone on this rant on this podcast before. I don't know. I've gone on a lot of rants. Specifically, my grandfather's favorite salad dressing, which is Western. My late grandfather. And I remember it because I hated it so much, and it was like the only salad dressing they'd get. So I'd hated eating salads at his house. And it's like this like quasi barbecue. Like it's a really, really, really light barbecue flavor kind of thing. If I had to describe it, I don't think it's good. It's a little tangy. And I went and after I finished up the sandwich, I was like, because it was trash. The sandwich was trash, is what I'm trying to get at. And I went up to them and was like, what was this fucking sauce? And they tried saying it was barbecue sauce. And I was like, if that was barbecue sauce, that's like the worst barbecue sauce I've ever had. And they put it on this, like, I don't know if the roast beef was good because this like fake salad dressing barbecue sauce like overpowered the roast beef so much. It was like mainly what you were tasting.
Sure.
So I can't imagine the roast beef was that good because it was like 2 inches of roast beef, right?
That looks so gross.
Some of the roast beef flavor should have gone through. It was absolutely dog shit. We're gonna put the photo up for the viewers to look at this sandwich. I feel bad. I don't want to like. They might have other good things there. I don't want to. But if that is their claim to fame, that was their roast beef sandwich, that place can't be good because that roast beef sandwich was fucking dog shit.
Watch the dude at the counter was Speed Boom.
Our biggest fan, and I'm just shit talking his fucking sandwich. I feel like he would have said hi if he recognized me, so I think we're safe. But the thing that bothered me the most is on the wall they had best roast beef sandwich voted like 2024, 2023, 2022, and I'm just like, either there's no one else like in Massachusetts like just doesn't have a roast beef sandwich, right? Like they're the only ones entering the category,
right?
Or B, there's a fucking like cabal where like you can just buy your fucking plaque that just says I have the best roast beef sandwich, and you can just hang it in your restaurant. Like, I do not believe for a second they won any contest with that roast beef sandwich, is what I'm trying to say. I
think we really are spoiled by being Chicagoans. It's a curse.
I mean, what I'll say is I do not think we have like all of the greatest foods.
Right, of course.
But I do think we have the best Mexican. When I had Mexican food in Texas,
outside of Mexico,
no.
Says the white guy.
Hey man, I just call it as I see it. Okay. But when I was in Texas, I don't know, maybe my expectations were too high, but I just kind of assumed Texas just had better Mexican food, and like it was fine, but I think Chicago was definitely a lot better. So
yeah, I'm gonna throw another gauntlet down, but I can't test this theory, but I'm gonna throw it down. I think Chicagoland has the best sushi outside of the West Coast.
That is a extremely bold claim.
Sorry. The best American sushi. Because obviously, I'm not gonna fucking count Japan. That's insane. But the best American sushi outside of the West Coast. So New York, anywhere else in the States.
Anywhere else.
But, okay. Well, actually, you know what? I sorry. To our listeners in Hawaii, you're probably better. But in terms of Hawaii and the West Coast, I think Chicago has the best sushi. Because I need to go. I have family in New York, so I've been there a couple times. This is what happens when we don't record for like a week. We catch up, and it's like 20 minutes of this. But anyway, it's like I had sushi in New York once, and it was the smallest fucking sushi I've seen in my life. Where I'm like, is this like authentic to what you're trying to do here? I don't understand. Like, do we just have massive helpings in Chicago because we're Chicago? I don't know, but we have really good sushi here. I can tell you that much. Okay, so what are we reading? We are reading Sonic the Hedgehog.
I'll do it. Wait, what are we reading, Dominic?
We are reading Archie Comics Sonic the Hedgehog number 41. Release date September of 1986. Publication date December of 1996. And One Shall Save Him. Part 1. Written by Ken Penders and penciled by Kyle Hunter. I don't know if we've met Kyle Hunter before on the pages of these comics, but I will have things to say. I can tell you
haven't met him in real life, so.
Yeah, I will have things to say about Kyle's work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, here we go. We open on Sonic standing on the edge of a radio dish. Why? Because Sonic thinks it looks cool and loves the movie GoldenEye. He ties himself off to a pole on the edge of the dish and dives into the center. Just like James Bond, Sonic spin dashes through the bottom of the dish, severing the bungee cord line he attached to himself. He lands in the center of what seems to be a layer of Robotnik's. Robotnik is there and says arguably the worst line in this comic so far. Egads, it's Sonic the Hedgehog once again. You must think you're so golden-eyeing. You must think you're so golden-eyeing me like this.
I had to read it like 8 times to make sure I wasn't an idiot.
Yeah. It literally just happened now. I'm like, oh yeah, this is a stupid line. Wait, this is a stupid line. And then I just short-circuited. Like, I swear to God, I know there's a listener out there who's like, man, Dominic doesn't read the comics. No, I do. But the choices they make flashbang me so hard sometimes. I swear to God. Okay. That line is not a typo. That is what he says verbatim. Sonic rushes through the building and pushes a single button on a computer. He says he got what he came here for and then leaves, killing a few SWAT bots on his way out. Sonic runs to Knothole Village and is greeted by Rotor, Sally, and old pal Jeffrey St. John. Without missing a beat, Sonic and Jeffrey begin bickering. Sally immediately tells him to stop and that this isn't the time for fun and games. Rotor, who is analyzing something in a microscope, agrees and says, "Truer words have never been spoken, Princess. In fact, it's even worse than I feared. I thought we stopped the zone of silence from collapsing last time, giving us a chance to rethink how to retrieve King Acorn. Using this component Sonic liberated from Robotnik, we have the missing piece necessary to make the neutralizer work. With it, we stand a chance of recovering King Acorn and saving a universe." Rotor hands a canister-looking device to Sally. "Not we, Rotor. This is my father we're talking about. We made it out last time by the skin of our teeth. There aren't any guarantees we'll do it again. No, I've got to do this alone." "I beg your pardon, Princess, but it's our job to stay in the lead. As a senior operative of the King's Special Services, it's my job to risk a life and limb." As much as I hate to admit it, he's right, Sal. Sonic and Jeffrey begin bickering again, and that bickering devolves into clouds of punches and kicks. Sally steps in again to break up their fighting. "This isn't getting us anywhere, guys. You can settle this later. Right now, we have a job to do. Open the portal, Rotor." One more thing." Rotor pulls out 2 jetpacks. "These jetpacks I've designed should handle maneuvering through the zone. However, I haven't had the chance to fully work out all the bugs, so be careful. Nothing that will get you through the zone like these will. Rotor hands a jetpack to Sonic and Jeffrey. However, the leader of the Freedom Fighters and princess of the land, Sally Eggcorn, does not receive a jetpack. Will this come into play in part 2? Stick around to find out. End of And One Shall Save Him, part 1.
Spoilers, it doesn't.
Yep.
That was, that annoyed the shit out of me. Sorry.
Just like the way, yeah, this is a Pender's joint, all right. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, well, let's start with the thing that annoys me the most is the thing that I hate the most with writing is referencing things just to reference them. There's no goal, there's no point.
Comic book writing specifically.
I know I hate that in movies and stuff too.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I hate it when things just reference things to reference things. Like, if it makes sense in the context to reference something, of course. If it, like, enhances a joke somehow, sure. But here, this is a perfect example. It's just Sonic doing literally the GoldenEye thing of standing on the edge of a satellite dish and then bungee jumping down. But it doesn't make sense for him to bungee jump because he's not bungee jumping. He spin dashes when he gets to the bottom to crash through the mid part of the layer. So why did he tie a rope onto himself? And then why is there a satellite dish? Why are we doing this? And I just need a line. I need a single line of like, hey, here's Dr. Robotnik's like facility where he's monitoring something on the moon and we need that data or something. And you know what? I'm okay with it. Like, I don't need much. Like, please just like give me some crumbs. But instead, all they fucking do is have Sonic stand at the edge of a fucking... Sorry, this actually like really pissed me off.
You're heated.
He stands on the edge of a satellite dish, dives down, cuts off the bungee cord that he tied to himself for no reason, and then smashes through the bottom of the satellite dish, landing in the middle of whatever this layer is for Robotnik. He pushes a single fucking button and then just leaves, and it has nothing to do with the rest of the comic. So he just did it because he thought it looked cool. And I'm just like, that's...
But is that Sonic? What? Is that not Sonic, though?
No. There's you're trying to argue like a cool rule of cool thing or something, and I'm all for the rule of cool. I'm all for like, hey, let's do something cool despite it being like proactive or something, right? Like, sure, does it make more sense to do another thing? Sure, let's do the cool thing because it's cool. This is just, let's just reference something because I think it's cool, and it doesn't add anything to the story, and that pisses me off. And I'm going to go on a rant about this again soon in this very issue. So, and it's Ken Pender specifically who keeps on fucking doing it. And it like, it's like a real love-hate relationship I have with this fucking man, because like, it seems like he's the one that's taking the lore the most seriously, which is why I'm like always intrigued about what he's going to do next. And then he does really dumb fucking shit like this, and it pisses me off every single goddamn time. And this isn't even the worst of what this shit he does. It's just this is kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back. I was just like, I don't know. What are your thoughts on this?
POV, the one guy who locks in is also autistic as fuck. Like,
I'm just like...
To be fair, I say that as basically an undiagnosed autist because we're doing this podcast. But yeah, it's just honestly, I'm still stuck on the fucking line. You must think you're so golden.
But yeah, okay, I didn't even get to that like because this. I was, and it's just like that line doesn't make sense in any way, shape, or fucking form.
It makes sense. It's just an extremely forced pun. And that can be okay and funny.
That's not a fucking pun.
It is a pun. It is a pun.
You must think you're so gold. What's the pun?
So he's referencing, the pun is golden eye, right?
But that's just a reference. The pun is a play on a word. It would make sense if like
he broke the word in two. It's like, oh, you must think you're so good looking at me like this. You must think you're so golden eyeing me like this.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Wait, you didn't get it until just now?
No, because of the speech bubble, I thought it was one word and they put the dash there because they broke up the word.
Oh,
I read that as one sentence.
You thought that was like an action, golden eyeing?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, that doesn't fucking work.
Yeah,
okay.
You must think you're so golden. Better. Yeah.
And when I say a little bit better, I mean like a notch.
Yeah.
Like it went from 0 to 1. It's still really fucking bad.
Look, I just enjoy it whenever whenever they draw Sonic as just a blur of like a buzzsaw, but they draw his face in the middle. That always gets me. I just love it.
Yeah, that's good. I that's always comedy gold. Always funny. Oh man, this is one of those issues.
We have to talk about like this is just a basic stage direction. I know this isn't like real actors, but there's like the framing and stuff on how things are explained. So like the pacing of this is like, oh, Sally's not going to be involved with this. It's going to be a Sonic and Jeffrey thing. And they make a whole spiel about, oh, she's not coming along. And then she just inserts herself at the last panel without mention. So now it's like, oh, is she in this or not? And then it's confusing. And like you were saying, Ken Penders takes this the most seriously. But also...
well, and that's one of the things that frustrates me about this issue is it should have been there's no reason Sally should go in any way, shape, or form.
We've said this before. We've said this before, where it's like she should be staying back an overwhelming majority of the time. That's how that works.
Yeah, and this time more so than others.
Yes, because emotionally she's compromised. She cannot think straight.
And on top of that,
they even say that.
Yeah, no, like they spell out the logic and then she just ignores it anyway. To the point where I'm about 90% sure she just gets off on Danger at this point because like nothing else makes sense. But yeah, and on top of it, I was like actually kind of excited for like a little mini adventure with just the two of them. They haven't done it yet, right?
I think look, for as Ken Penders self-inserting himself as Sally's boyfriend, at least the dynamic is fun. That can be fun. These two competing against each other. But then you throw in this.
Do we know
in the center of it.
if he is like a self-insert for Ken Penders? I didn't think that.
I mean, look.
I thought he's just like the epitome of what he thinks is cool, right?
I think we're on the same. I think two roads to the same destination. But you're right. In the sense that I guess a self-insert would be more. Well, okay. The obvious self-insert is when you make the character like yourself. But there can also be self-insert of like, man, you wrote this guy so cool. You're basically just wishing it was you. Especially in the context of... If you're using
it in that context, then yes, I agree 1,000%. Yeah.
I think there's some semantics. I'm sure a writer could like correct me on it. But we agree. It's just, yeah, this fucking guy. It's to the point where I'm on the other side of it now. I'm like enjoying it, but not for the reasons Ken thinks we're enjoying it.
Oh, for sure. And like it is like kind of dumb. I mean, I guess we've only seen him a few times, right? But I'm already over the fact that like when they start seeing each other, they're beating each other up. It's like, okay, it's you guys know who each other like are. We don't need to do this every single time. You guys can fight every other time. How about that? I feel like that's not a big ask.
All right, we're moving on. And One Shall Save Him, Part 2. We open on King Eggcorn in the zone of... Sorry, I turned the page because I like to follow along also in the book. And it's like, yep. Same exact thing where it just flashbangs. Okay, so we'll talk about it. We open on King Eggcorn in the zone of silence. He's standing on a floating rock, surrounded by toads and small gray aliens that look worm-esque. I sense his arrival. Sonic the Hedgehog, the only foe to invade my domain and escape my wrath. He will... That was a little too much with the rolled R's.
No, it's perfect.
He will not be so fortunate this time. He is interrupted by a toad begging him for a meal. King Eggcorn, being a gracious king, throws some bones for the toads and gray aliens to eat. Then, out of nowhere, Sally, Sonic, and Jeffrey appear in front of the king. Sally calls out to her father, and for a brief second, King Eggcorn sees his daughter. She disappears, and a toad sits in front of him. Was she really there? Or just a fragment of King Eggcorn's imagination? We cut back to Sally, Sonic, and Jeffrey, who have fallen off the rock they were on and land on another. Here on this rock, they find King Eggcorn's helmet that he was wearing when they last visited the Zone of Silence. They pick up said helmet and look off into the distance and notice a Georgia O'Keeffe-inspired wormhole floating in space, Inside the wormhole? The past. Specifically, Sonic, Sally, and Antoine talking to King Eggcorn from when they first visited the Zone of Silence. Sally pulls out Nicole and asks her to explain the situation. To answer your query, Dr. Robotnik's experiments have affected the quantum energy levels of the zone. By destroying energy at the basic atomic structure, he has created rips, or holes if you prefer. In fact, you have windows, allowing you to view the events that have already taken place, as well as events yet to come. The three look up and see another past, this time when King Eggcorn first landed in the Zone of Silence. He's falling through space and crash lands on a rock, floating. The gray alien-like creatures from before find him and bring him in front of a furnace and fit him in armor. The three are watching when a storm comes by, knocking everyone off of their rock. Sonic crashes into another rock, landing at the feet of King Eggcorn. End of part 2.
Do you...
Okay, want me to get it? You want me to get it?
No. Do you... Okay. Do you think Ken Penders thinks he's crushing this? Do you think he thinks he, like, nailed... Okay.
I can't tell. I actually can't tell.
So this Zone of Silence is he's trying to do some like weird trippy thing, right? It is a zone that is collapsing in on itself, and because it's collapsing in on itself, reality is collapsing with it, right?
Right.
I believe I'm interpreting that correctly.
Have you seen the? Oh, go ahead. Just continue.
And because of that, Ken is trying to play with time and reality and trying to make it like what's real, what's not. The problem, I think personally, and this is honestly, I think the first time I'm ever going to suggest this, is if you haven't read this issue, I think you should read this to like see how confusing it truly is. He is not a good enough writer to do what he's doing, and it is not clear what is happening until you like reread it like 3 times, and even then I'm kind of making assumptions. I don't have a strong grasp of exactly what is happening around him, and that was a very frustrating experience and made me angry. And then on top of that, well, before I continue, do you have comments on that?
No, I think I concur. I think I do know what he's doing, but you're right. I had to read it a few times, and if I have to do that, that's you. I feel like you've kind of failed on your part as the writer, because it's like the end of Interstellar, the Christopher Nolan movie Interstellar, where Matthew McConaughey is in the black hole and he's like, "Oh, I can." We've time has layered on top of each other in this physical manifestation, so I can like sort through time like a timeline in front
Well, I
of
can
me.
only assume that Interstellar was inspired by this specific comic. All right, you have the time collapsing on itself, and you're seeing like all of reality all at the same time.
He
You have
quoted Camp
Nicole,
Hedges
which
in
is
an
essentially
interview. Did you- wait,
TARS.
there was an interview. Did you the
He's like, my biggest inspiration is Ken Penders. every single one of my movies you can relate back to a Sonic comic. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, I think what he's doing could be cool. It's a cool idea, but it is one of those things that is really hard to pull off. And if you do not pull it off, it makes you look like an amateur. This comes off as very amateurish to me.
It's just the way you're telling the story from a pure plot description situation, not description, but the portrayal of said plot. It's just, man.
Not to completely wreck this guy, but Kyle Hunter is really annoying me here because he just picks and chooses when he wants to draw jetpacks on people. And sometimes Sally has a jetpack, sometimes she doesn't. Sometimes Sonic has a jetpack, sometimes she doesn't. Sometimes he doesn't. I'm looking at a issue right now, or a panel where Sonic doesn't have one, Sally doesn't have one, but Jeffrey does. And then literally the next panel, only Sally has it, and Sonic and Jeffrey doesn't. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? This makes no sense. It really annoyed me. I know this is technically such a minor nitpick, and the real Sonic had to explain it away by reality is shifting, so nothing is real. But it just, that frustrated me on a different level.
Yeah, I mean, look, let's talk about it. The first page of this part, this full body King Acorn shot. It's so edgy looking, bro.
Yeah, I don't want to. I can't fault the writer, the drawing dude for that.
Pencils,
the inker pencils, because that was the design that was given to him.
Yeah,
right?
No, sorry. You're right. My apologies. I'm critiquing the design, not necessarily. I mean, like, the execution, sure, but yeah, the design is just
his Hamlet-esque pose.
Yeah, but like, I think there's a colors issue too. I don't know. Is there? I don't know. I kind of don't know what I'm saying, but it just feels wrong because you have this like not dense head immediately contrasting from the non-existent neck downward.
Oh, I see what you're trying to say.
It's very intricate.
The body doesn't fit what we're seeing with the head, right?
Yeah,
so
I could
proportion-wise,
this.
It feels really off. Right,
Yeah,
I agree full-heartedly.
I could cut that head like in Photoshop. I could remove the head extremely easily and probably put something more appropriate on top of it. It looks comical. It looks funny in a way that it shouldn't.
I agree 1,000%.
And yeah, but here's the thing. It's like skip down to, not even skip, like that same exact page. Look at the bottom right panel. That kind of works. Because you're not drawing the scales on, like, I think it's the scales. What is going on?
I don't think it's that. I think in that specific drawing, he just drew the body too big. Like, he started drawing a human and then threw a squirrel on instead of drawing like a squirrel from the beginning, right?
Maybe, yeah, or it's a perspective thing because he's technically like half profile or like quarter. I don't know of the way there.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Yeah, I'll talk about it here. Do you understand why it's called "And One Shall Save Him"?
No, I don't.
It is a reference to a Fantastic Four comic. I think it's like issue number 64 or something. It was made in like 1967. And the premise of that one is Reed Richard is stuck in the negative zone and they're trying to retrieve him from the negative zone. And some of the imagery mirrors what's happening here, where he's like floating through this like weird nothingness space, like on rocks, and they're trying to bring him back. And so that just pissed me off even more because they're just referencing it. You read the comic and it's nothing like what's happening here. It's just like some of the imagery is the same.
But like,
but don't call it "and one shall save him." It's where I'm at.
Yeah, it's like, well, it just doesn't
because
you're completely ripping off that comic, even though you're not. It just makes it look like you are.
Yes, it just.
Did he think it's like, oh, I'm gonna, take these plot points and put it into my comic, but if I reference the title, it's just a tribute.
I don't know. It just annoyed the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Anything else on part 2, or do you want to keep on going?
No, let's keep going here. And One Shall Save Him, part 3. Sonic is standing face to face with King Eggcorn. King Eggcorn sitting on his faithful flying demon steed. Sonic stands in front of him, arms out, trying to show that he is no threat. King Eggcorn is about to attack when an explosion happens. Sonic wakes up on the flying rock that Sonic, Sally, and Jeffrey were on earlier. He never left. The zone is collapsing along with reality. The rock is hurtling towards a cosmic whirlpool, whatever the fuck that means. At this moment, Jeffrey brings up the jetpacks that Sonic, Jeffrey, and now Sally are wearing. I double-checked, Sally was 100% not wearing a jetpack when they left, but has been the rest of the time in the Zone of Silence. Also, there are random panels where they are wearing the jetpacks and others when they are not. This annoyed me more than it should.
I kind of forgot I put that into the script. I probably shouldn't have gone on that rant yet, but
that's
man,
fine.
The jetpacks really pissed me off.
Yeah, again, but that's not a nitpick though. It's not a nitpick because it's like you're supposed to portray this is your ace in the hole.
It's not a nitpick because it's a huge plot point.
Yes.
It's like their survival depends on these jetpacks.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, this is Jeffrey talking now. Oi. If only our jetpacks worked. Honestly, I'm really blending together the Cockney and the Aussie. It's really bad. I really feel like I'm letting Manchester down. This is our first mention of the jetpacks not working, and from my understanding of the comic so far, they have not used the jetpacks once. Rotor did say that the jetpacks have bugs, but straight up not working sounds like Rotor was trying to kill our heroes. I consider this a power grab by Rotor and assume that he is next in line for the throne after Sally. Sally comes up with the plan to use the neutralizer, the device Rotor made to stabilize the Zone of Silence. However, using the neutralizer will mean that the zone will collapse along with everything in it.
I don't know if I made it clear. Use the neutralizer for fuel for the jetpack.
Got it. Okay, thank you. Which doesn't make sense, but whatever. King Eggcorn rides up on his flying demon horse and demands that they give him the neutralizer. Jeffrey takes the neutralizer and activates the jetpack with Sally, flying away. Sonic stays behind and punches King Eggcorn in the face, knocking him out. Sonic steals the demon horse. With King Eggcorn knocked out on the back, Sonic rides off to Jeffrey and Sally. They all activate the neutralizer and save the zone, and appear back in Knothole safely with King Eggcorn in Sonic's arms. Sonic asks Rotor about the creatures in the zone and asks if they are safe. Everything turned out just fine for them, as it will for all of us one day. End of And One Shall Save Them.
So the thing that... So the whole like thing that they're trying to do at the end to like give tension is that we have this neutralizer that we can use to fuel our jetpacks, right? But if we use them, then we can't stabilize the zone and everything within the zone dies. But then they use the neutralizer on their jetpacks to get out and then
suffer no consequences?
And then uses the neutralizer to stabilize everything, and then everything is safe. And I'm like, then why, what the fuck just happened? What did we read? You negated the premise that you literally set up like a panel ago. and decided, no, that's not what's going to happen. Let's just say everyone lives just this once. And I'm just like, hey, man, you know what? Sometimes that's cool, and I respect that. But don't try setting up consequences if you're going to negate it literally like in the next sentence. This is, I think this is my least favorite issue so far in terms of what is happening. Oh God, how can I word what I'm trying to say? The stakes that they set up, they negate immediately, and it's confusing. And he's trying really hard, I think, to make the issue seem smarter than it is. I think that's my issue.
Or
I think
deeper.
that's the crux of it.
It's like, oh, there's more depth here. There kind of isn't, buddy. Like,
because I mean, like the premise of like, hey, we can use this neutralizer to get out, but everyone will die, is kind of an interesting one, right? Maybe not super interesting, but like it's an idea that, because immediately Sally's like, no, we can't. And Jeffrey St. John is just like, fuck it, I'm going to do it anyway. And like, cool. Okay. Do that, destroy the zone, and then, whatchamacall, have the fallout between Sally and Jeffrey St. John of like, you just killed a bunch of innocent people, and like, they have to reckon with that with their relationship, right? Which is like, well, if we didn't do that, then we die, right? And the thing was going to collapse anyway. So like, what does it truly matter that, how can I word that we didn't save everyone when it was already going to die, right?
I like that angle.
Like,
have we explored it before? That angle of like, yeah, no, Jeffrey's a killer. Like he is.
It's implied so far, and this is, I think, the first time I think we would have seen it truly, right? And they back out of it immediately, and that was the only interesting thing that could have came from this issue, right? Well, I guess we have King Acorn now, but I don't think that's interesting so far.
Do you think someone stepped in and was like, Ken, that's too dark? Do you think someone stepped in?
If they did, they stepped in too late, because this issue doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, they stepped in on the one specific point of like, you can't just kill everyone.
But also, like, I don't care, because it was really fucking lazy writing to begin with.
Yeah.
With how he set it up. And like, you can do that, but you gotta maybe, you know what? Maybe get rid of the GoldenEye thing at the beginning and just give me a page of setup.
I mean, yes.
How hard is that? It's not fucking hard. That's an A+ fucking idea.
This is truly one of the sloppiest issues we have seen yet, and I'll include the like first 5 issues. Like,
but like, at least with the first 5 issues, yeah, it's sloppy. Don't get me wrong; the first 5 issues aren't great, and including the prequel stuff, which we technically never did on the podcast. But hey, but like, I can forgive those, because that is them finding their footing, and they're like, we don't. I mean, I'm assuming things. I don't know how much guidance they have from Sega or from their writers, and I don't know if they played the video games. I understand a lot of the lore, and it's a lot of them like trying to find their footing. So like, I can forgive a lot of the early stuff, but also, at least with the early stuff, it's cohesive. It makes sense. They set up rules and like try to kind of follow them. They kind of retcon things pretty quickly, but like, it's still them trying to find their footing. So I'm not angry that like, hey, you know what? Power rings, suddenly we changed how power rings work. Okay, cool. We're on issue 10. I can accept that. Hey, you know what? We have 1 billion Chaos Emeralds now, when before we had 6. I'm cool with that too. Whatever. Because in the story that they're telling, it's at least a normal story, and it makes sense. The story they're telling here, they're negating things that they set up within the story that they're telling. It's confusing. They make decisions for tension and negate the decisions for tension immediately. Like, it's not even just the jetpack thing. It's Sonic getting knocked off of a rock, falling onto another rock, which has King Acorn, and he's about to like stab the shit out of him, and then he just wakes up on another rock, and it's like, oh, that never actually happened. It's like, okay, why am I fucking reading this? I'm sorry. Don't waste my fucking time like this.
Honestly, you've gone over this writing so much, I don't even have anything left to say.
I apologize. I didn't mean to take over this episode. I'm just pissed.
It's honest though. It's raw because it is. I get it. I understand it, and you clocked it immediately. That it's like we want cool things to happen. They can happen, but man, just we need to get to the fundamentals and get something straight here, because this is not going well. This is not going well at all.
Yeah, I just...
It's not a comic book thing. It is a writing thing. Like, just plot and pacing and motivation and remembering what you wrote. Remembering the rules you set out for yourself, sometimes within the same issue. And it's become a consistent problem now. And I feel less and less guilty calling all of this out every day or every time we do.
I'm with you.
Yeah, just because I so strongly want to give them the benefit of the doubt, right? But it's hard to do that, man. It's getting hard to do that.
I think
just end it.
I think so.
Okay.
Unless there's something else you want to comment on. Or anything you want to go on a rant about. I can find something to rant about, man.
You had so much rant. I think we're good on rants.
I think so too. I don't want to like overdo it. I was just it was just like you can tell when I'm like in a good mood, right? And I'm like,
no, I can tell right away.
Yeah. And that's the issue. Only 528 left to go. I'm Nick. I stream at twitch.tv/mojosource. I can't promise anything. I might try to stream some Sonic this week. It really depends on my hotel Wi-Fi, and my gut says it will not work. But I specifically brought everything to do it because I have the idea I'm stuck in a hotel anyway. I might as well stream some Sonic. Yeah. If I stream it, it will be on our Gotta Talk Fast channel. And it'll be a continuation of me trying to 100% Sonic the Hedgehog 1. So ignore my twitch.tv/mojosaurus plug. My personal blue sky is at mojosaurus.
And I'm Dominic. You can follow my jazz and people power adventures in Chicago at Blue Collar Jazz. And you can also follow me. Man, posting is difficult. If you have ever
it's hard as shit.
Look, we all consume content at an unprecedented rate. But making the content and it being good, when something's slop, right? But making good shit, like concerted shit, is so difficult. And if you ever wondered how do they keep doing this? It's because it's a job. It's a job for them, and it's dedicated work, and it's crazy. Anyway, you can also follow me on Blue Sky at DomGuan.
You can follow us on socials. I Gotta Talk Fast. TikTok is Gotta Talk Faster. We also have a video version of the podcast where you can, follow along with panels and watch our handsome faces. I did that all off the dome. I have this memorized.
Oh, okay.
That's not true. You can write in. I just had a brain fart. You can write in at the show at sonicgrams@gottatalkfast.com. Ask us questions, provide corrections, and give us your opinion on this week's issue. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, when life keeps going fast, you gotta talk fast and just get through it.
I love you.
We love you.
Yeah. Gotta talk.
Gotta Talk Fast was written by Nick Folkerts and edited by Dominic Guanzon. Intro and outro themes recorded by Dominic Guanzon. Gotta Go Fast originally composed by Norman J. Grossfeld, Joseph Garrity, and Russell Velasquez.
Gotta talk fast. Gotta talk fast. Gotta talk fast. Gotta talk fast. fast, gotta talk fast, gotta talk fast, gotta talk fast.